That down. Let's move on to this, shall we? I believe it was on Thursday's show last week. Somebody wrote in and said, when are we getting the next Superman trailer? And I said, you know what? Nobody's giving me any calls, but I believe by next Thursday, we will have a new Superman trailer. Well, I was off by one. Well, I was right. By next Thursday, we're going to have it. Because according to social media posts by James Gunn himself, we are indeed getting a Superman trailer, what they're calling the first full trailer. It's really trailer number 2, but this is the second trailer today in today's movie-going culture.
Story trailer.
That's when you start getting the story aspects. That's when you get the first trailer. There's usually not a lot of dialogue. It's just to kind of give you visuals, a sense of the film. It's usually the second trailer these days that's the real one that gives you the meat. And according to this, we're getting it on Wednesday. The new Superman trailer is coming on Wednesday. And there were a couple things in there, including this big billboard in New York City, in Times Square. This Superman thing came up saying, new trailer on Wednesday. And then, of course, James Gunn himself saying, I've been waiting for so long to share this with you. New Superman trailer Wednesday morning. It's coming out at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Wednesday morning. So Wednesday show, we're going to be talking a lot about that Superman trailer. And this kind of goes hand in hand with this thing. I got this text message from Rob yesterday. Showing there's a new Milkbone commercial that's out. And it completely features Krypto. Look, I love this shot, by the way. I love the Superman waking up. And there's Krypto. Krypto's so good. I also love like he's jumping up and down and playing with Mr. Terrific. Oh my God, I love that so much. I don't know. I admit it's called the Good Boy campaign. I admit when we first found out Krypto was going to be in the new Superman movie, I was, but why though? I understand he's in the comics. I get that, but not everything that's in the comics should necessarily be brought into a movie. And I admit I was a little trepidatious about, even though I'm a dog guy, bringing Krypto in. Then the first trailer came and I was like, no, okay, I'm on board. And then after watching this little Good Boy, and you know what? I think they put a lot of that footage in the Good Boy trailer because I bet it's going to be in the full trailer.
Sure.
That comes out. So, and I don't think there's going to be much Krypto in the full trailer. I think everything we just saw in there is probably the totality of Krypto in the new trailer. I think we're probably going to get like 5 seconds of Krypto in the new trailer. Because I honestly don't think Krypto is going to be in a lot of the movie. I really don't. But, Rob, we now know this full trailer's coming Wednesday. James Gunn's announced it himself. We're getting it Wednesday morning. Number 1, what are you expecting out of this trailer? Number 2, we knew how important the first trailer was because, you know, not a lot of people were talking about the new Superman movie. That trailer drops and all of a sudden IMDb and Fandango both show that it became all of a sudden the number 1 most anticipated film of the year for a lot of people. What are you expecting out of it? What do you hope to see? And what did you think about the footage we saw in that Good Boy commercial?
You don't know the power of the dog side. People are complaining about, I don't know why. You know, Otto Binder and Kurt Swan created Krypto in the 50s. They took him out of continuity during the Crisis on Infinite Earths, and I'm glad he's back, damn it. But here's the thing. What I think we don't have, I mean, we got a little bit of it. We at CinemaCon, we saw more scenes in the Fortress of Solitude than they showed in that preview. I think what they need to really tell the world is what is the feel of this movie? It seems, I mean, they've leaned into the Krypto part of it. What we need is to get a sense of what kind of a metropolis is it?
Yeah.
What kind of characters are these? What does Lex Luthor sound like when he talks? You know, I want to hear Superman interact with Lois. We want to get a sense of who these characters are and the fact that we want to go spend time with them. And the fact that these characters are like, look, I understand the slavish devotion a small group of fandom has for the Snyderverse. You and I, we love Man of Steel.
It's, I think, the most underrated superhero film of all time.
Yeah, and those characters are more godlike. You know, they're more like I would say they're metal. But these characters, I bet, are going to be far more grounded and more. They live in a more fantastical universe, so their outlook on life is going to be a little different. And I that's what I want. I want a sense of the tone of this movie. What can we expect out of this? And I think at the end of this trailer, What I want is a big smile on my face. That's what I want from this trailer. I don't want to go, oh my God, that's so cool. I want to be beaming from ear to ear with a big smile on my face, thinking, I can't wait to see this movie.
You know, one of the big criticisms coming out of the DCEU, and listen, despite the fact that there were only 2 DCU films that I didn't like only 2.
Right.
And that was the Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey movie and Wonder Woman 1984. That was it.
Right.
I literally at least liked every
I'm with
single
you.
one.
I'm with you.
But one of the criticisms that a lot of people levied against it was, to use your terminology, other people worded it differently, the lack of joy in them, right? Like, you can have heavy and serious, but also bring joy, right? And I think that's one of the things that a lot of people have been missing. And I think James Gunn said that was going to be one of the priorities is bringing joy back to these characters. You can have massive consequences. You can have massive stakes. You can have all of that and still bring in the idea of joy and fun and all that kind of stuff. I'll tell you the number one thing I'm looking forward that I want out of this trailer. Story. I want to know what's the story.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Tell me what this movie is about. The first trailer didn't do it, and that's fine. I don't expect first trailers to do that. I never do. But this is the second trailer now. We're now 2 months away from this movie coming out. This is where I want them to introduce to me a general idea about what the story of the movie is. And if it delivers that to me and they are able to make it still seem interesting and fun, then I'm going to be very happy. Guys, we want to take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video, PrizePicks. What a great time to be a sports fan. Basketball playoffs are on. Hockey playoffs are on. It is the perfect time to jump into the action with PrizePicks, the easiest and most fun way to turn your sports knowledge into real winnings. PrizePicks is daily fantasy made really simple. Just pick more or less on a few player projections, like points, assists, goals, and you can win up to 2,000 times your money. For example, this week I've got Jalen Brunson for more than 24.5 points, or Jason Tatum for more than 6.5 rebounds. I love how fast and easy it is to lock in a lineup in just under a minute. Plus, they've got a couple of weekly features, like, for example, Flex Friday. If your lineup doesn't win, you get your net losses back in promo funds. And every Tuesday, check out Taco Tuesday for discounted player projections up to 25% off. So download the app today and use the code Campea to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code Campea to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. Run your game.
You know, it's funny. I was thinking about the other day, I was talking with a friend of mine, and I said, I want James Gunn to Phil Alden Robinson this. And he said, well, what do you mean by that? And I go, I just watched Sneakers. The movie Sneakers.
Oh my God, so good.
So Phil,
Such a great movie.
So Phil Alden, you got to go with me on this one. Phil Alden Robinson made Field of Dreams, and he made Sneakers.
Is Sneakers the animated film?
No, it's the one with Robert Redford.
Okay. And one's kind of a spy thriller, and one is a total fantasy. But they both are serious and yet wildly entertaining, and there's good humor in both of those movies.
Yes, there are.
And there's real heart and emotion, especially in Field of Dreams. But if you think about it, Field of Dreams is this crazy, fantastical thing. There's ghosts on things. They go back in time. There's all meeting Burt Lancaster. They meet Burt Lancaster as old man, and then, you know, as a kid, and they play it totally straight. And with Sneakers, it's kind of this. They've got all this computer technology. It's a little dated, and I'm like, I want the Phil Alden Robinson Superman movie that combines Field of Dreams and Sneakers into whatever that superhero version of that is.
Both with James Earl Jones, by the way.
Yeah, there you go. That's true. And my friend's like, you know what? I never would have thought to put it that way, but now that you've explained it to me, okay. And I think what people don't understand is Field of Dreams takes wild, fantastical elements, but completely grounds them. You believe it.
Yeah.
You believe, and when you think about it, time travel, ghosts, there's a voice, you never know where the voice came from. Is it God? We don't know, but you just go with it. And you love it. And I love both of those movies. And Sneakers just recently came out on 4K, which is why I watch it. And I'm like, that's what I want from this movie. I want that kind of fantasticalness that is grounded with real human emotion and character pathos. That's what I want. And if they give it to me, because, the Snyder Cut gives you that epic fantasy, Sturm und Drang, Wagner-esque. But I don't want that. I want the Field of Dreams version of Superman. So
I know it's funny.
give it to me.
I don't know why, but watching the Peacekeeper trailer made me actually even more excited for the Superman trailer.
Yeah.
I mean, simply because of seeing Guy Gardner and Hawk Girl in there. It's like, because in that, like, these are Justice League members, and they just felt like normal people, the ground, the mundane within the fantastical, you know what I mean? And I hope it brings that as well. Give us story, give us that feel, and give us Superman.
I will say this. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I am excited about this movie, no matter what it is. This movie, I'm an easy lay for this film. I hope it's great.
Anyway, guys, we're going to be talking about it a lot on Wednesday. I mean, this is going to be a couple of good days for trailers. Tomorrow, we got the Ironheart trailer, which got a lot of work to do, and hopefully it can deliver.
Yeah.
Day after that, we're getting the Superman trailer. Anyway, guys, what do you think about this? Are you excited to see the new Superman trailer coming out on Monday? What are you hoping to see in it as far as tone, elements, things like that? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.